Well, did you know the average person checks their phones 150 times a day? I believe it. I mean, it's literally right next to me. And we spend 93% of our time indoors. But today's the National Day of Unplugging. It's a great excuse to take a break from technology. So Sebastian is joining us, co-founder of Nature Unplugged. You're out of Encinitas. Good morning to you, Sebastian.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
You know, when you have a room with all the plants like you do, I'd love to be indoors. But today we're talking about unplugging. So what is the National Day of Unplugging? Why should we do it?
Yeah, great question. So we're huge fans of the National Day of Unplugging. And essentially, it's very much what it sounds like. It is a 24-hour break from all technology and devices. And technically, it starts this evening at sundown. So from sundown tonight through sundown Saturday, tomorrow night.
Good. I was going to say, because we're Zooming with you, so you already broke the rules, but
that's right.
Wait till the sun goes down.
I have some time. We have some time. Don't worry.
Okay, good. So we can at least talk about this with our viewers who are not unplugging because they're watching this at home.
Right.
So what are people encouraged to do instead of being on their phones and watching TV?
Yeah, it's a great question. So there's a ton of things that people can do. You know, we are at Nature Unplugged huge proponents of green time. So nature is the best antidote to screen time. So if you have the opportunity to get outside, I know the weather is a little wild right now, but for us San Diegans, but getting outside, spending time in nature, you know, just 15 minutes in nature a day reduces our cortisol levels, reduces our blood pressure, our heart rate. There's tons of benefits. So your brain and your body will thank you for getting outside and having a little green time.
And you know, Sebastian, here locally, obviously, we've had this major storm all morning. But by tomorrow, when National Day of Unplugging is still going on, it should ease up a bit. So, you know, when there's a break in the rain, 15 minutes, that's all it takes to feel better.
Yeah, you don't need much time. And it doesn't have to be going somewhere exotic or far away. I know in San Diego, we have lots of options. We have the mountains, the beach, but, you know, even just backyard or community park, that's all you need, you know, so it doesn't have to be a big adventure.
I'm curious for you, where do you like to go to spend some time outside? Because obviously you know nature well.
Yeah, it's a great question. My go-to, I grew up in La Jolla, actually going to the ocean all the time as a little child, and that's still my absolute favorite place. I go to Swami's here in Encinitas a lot. And also I mean, San Diego is one of the most biodiverse counties in the nation. So we have so many opportunities, so many different places to visit. And so it's one of the many reasons I love living here.
Right. We're so lucky to have, you know, mountains, desert, beaches, all within, you know, an easy drive or just a walk outside your door. So you obviously we wanted to talk to you about National Day of Unplugging because you have a business called Nature Unplugged. Tell us what your business is all about. What are you guys behind?
Sure. So since 2012, our mission at Nature Unplugged has been all about inspiring wellness in the digital age. And the problem we're addressing is really that we are, generally speaking, over-connected to technology and disconnected from nature. And this negatively impacts our, you know, mental health, physical health in a variety of ways. I do want to point out, as you mentioned, we are, you know, using technology here. Right. We are not anti-tech. You know, this is about being intentional and purposeful with our technology, making sure that we're using our devices rather than them using us.
That's a good point.
And so we offer a variety of services to help people with this. We do educational workshops and presentations, day trips and digital detox retreats, as well as one-on-one wellness coaching.
Sebastian, I'm curious, how do we use our devices for good instead of like giving into like this addiction? I mean, it really is an addiction to technology. So what's a way we can flip that? What should we look at when we're approaching, you know, grabbing our phones? When should I think it's okay to grab this?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think it depends on the individual and the individual needs. I think, you know, one thing is just thinking about, is this serving me? Asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now serving me well? You know, a lot of us know this, but it's no coincidence that we check our phones 150 times a day. They are designed, every aspect of them are designed to have us come back more and more. That's just how it works. So it's not personal that you check the phone so much, but because they're designed that way, we have to be much more purposeful, much more intentional. So there's a lot of ways to kind of create healthier boundaries. One way is creating a digital curfew. So that's a kind of, I like to have a time in the morning where I have no devices. So maybe it's an hour or 30 minutes in the morning, and then a time in the evening where I put my devices to bed. So I have a little bit of a gap between to kind of protect my sleep and allow myself to wind down.
And I like what you said about, I saw in the notes, no technology in your bedroom. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That may sound extreme to some people, but it is a huge, one of the biggest negative impacts of technology is the impact it has on our sleep, especially with teens and adolescents. It's a huge issue. So we're huge proponents of getting all technology out of the bedroom, and that may seem extreme, and a lot of people say, I'd love to do that, but here's the thing: I use my phone as my alarm clock, and I have some good news, everyone, that old school alarm clocks exist, and you can get them quite easily, and it's a great way to change your dynamic in terms of sleeping and wellness in the bedroom.
Speaking of clocks, we are out of time, so I apologize for that. But Nature Unplugged is the place people can go. I think this is still on our web, so tell us real quick about your new book, if you could.
Sure, yeah, we have a book called Experience Nature Unplugged, A Guide to Wellness in the Digital Age. So if you do this National Day of Unplugging and you want to go deeper, figure out how to incorporate more of this stuff day to day, the book is essentially a step-by-step guide to doing this. Lots of tips and resources and tools to put this into practice on a daily basis.
All right, thank you so much. And later on, we'll have you on to talk about how you keep your plants still well.
I look forward to that. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. Good to